Chosen one, shift your focus to your dominant hand right now. Do not move it, just feel the weight of it. There is a profound power within you, a force that has been with you since the beginning of your existence, yet you have failed to see it. You have been crying out to God, asking why He has not sent the help you need, why the breakthrough seems so distant. You have asked for power, for divine intervention, for a sign. But God is asking you in return, why are you begging for power when I already carved the code for it into your skin? Do you understand what is being said? There is a divine signature, a specific seal hidden in the lines of your palm that you are completely unaware of. You think it is merely anatomy, a simple feature of your human form, something ordinary, something natural. But the enemy knows it is authority. You are walking through life like a beggar, sitting on a chest of gold, starving because you lost the key. But the key is not lost. It is printed on you, embedded in you from the moment you were formed. It is not hidden from you, chosen one. It has always been in your possession. What you are about to hear is not a metaphor. It is a revelation, the decoding of the M sign you carry. You were chosen for this. Do not scroll away. Do not turn your head. Pay attention, because this is not just a message. This is the unlocking of a hidden force within you. A force that will shift you from asking for permission to commanding your destiny. A power that, when activated, will change everything. You need this now. And if you listen closely, if you stay present with me until the very last second, we will unlock 3 sacred things that will propel you into a new dimension of life. First, we are going to decode the ancient Hebrew mystery hidden in that letter M on your palm, revealing why it is the portal to your flow. Second, I will teach you the Jericho Touch framework, a protocol that turns your hand from a mere tool of labor into a weapon of warfare. Finally, at the end of this transmission, we will perform a sealing ceremony, an activation of the dormant engine in your spirit that has been waiting for this moment to awaken. You are not here by accident. You are not watching this because it was simply recommended to you by the algorithm. No, chosen one, you are here because this is a divine appointment. Think about where you are right now. Perhaps you're sitting in your car, gripping the steering wheel, feeling a restlessness you cannot explain. Maybe you are lying in the dark, the glow of this screen illuminating your face, wondering why you feel so disconnected from the world around you. That restlessness, that unease within you is not anxiety. It is not a random fleeting feeling. It is a GPS signal. God has called you here. He has woken you up or directed your path to this very moment because the timeline of your suffering has expired. The cycle of struggle you have been caught in is coming to an end. You have been waiting for a sign from the sky, waiting for something grand, something miraculous to appear. But chosen one, listen to me, the sign has always been in your hand. The power has been with you, inscribed in your very being from the start. Do not click away. Do not scroll past. What we are about to unlock is the missing instruction manual for your life. It has been waiting to be revealed to you. This is a moment of revelation, a sacred transmission that will elevate you from confusion to clarity, from seeking to finding. If you stay with me until the end, if you absorb the fullness of this message, you will witness a transformation within yourself. We are going to do 3 critical things together. First, we will decode the ancient Hebrew mystery hidden in that M sign on your palm. You will come to understand why this mark is not just a symbol. It is the portal through which your flow of power is activated. Second, I will teach you the Jericho Touch, a spiritual protocol that will turn your hand, a vessel of labor, into a mighty weapon of warfare. And third, we will perform a sacred ceremony, an activation that will ignite the dormant engine in your spirit, a force that has been waiting for this moment to come alive. If you leave early, if you turn away from this moment, you leave with the weapon still locked. So stay focused. Your breakthrough depends on your attention now. Keep your mind open, your heart receptive. We are going deep. Let this be a turning point for you. Now bring your attention back to your hand. Keep your focus on the center of your palm. Do you feel it, that specific kind of heat there? It is subtle but undeniable. Sometimes it feels like a soft vibration or even an uncontrollable itch that no amount of scratching can satisfy. For years, you might have dismissed this feeling, assuming it was nerves, assuming it was just stress, a mere reaction to the pressures of life. But let me tell you this, that heat, that sensation, is not just your body reacting to the world around you. That heat is a high-voltage energy trying to push through a wire that is too small to contain it. You are carrying a frequency of power that your current reality cannot yet handle. And this power, this divine frequency, has been written into the very fabric of your being. The Bible speaks of this in Isaiah 49:16. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. But you must understand the depth of the original language. In English, the word is simply graven. But in the ancient Hebrew, the word used is chak, and chak does not mean to draw or paint on a surface. Number chak means to cut into stone, to hack, to engrave by removing flesh. This is not a casual mark, chosen one. It is a permanent, irreversible imprint made by force. When God says He has graven you upon His hands, He is saying that He has carved His identity into your very being. He has made a channel for His power through you, and He has placed His signature in your palm. That is why you feel the pressure in your hand. That is why there is an ache, an ever-present weight. It is the memory of the cut. It is the memory of the divine engraving that has been placed upon you. You are not just a biological accident. You are a marked vessel, a sacred creation chosen for a great purpose. That M you see on your palm, that sign is the scar of your divine selection. It is not a mark of a random coincidence. It is the symbol of your purpose. The enemy will try to convince you otherwise. He will tell you that it is nothing more than a simple physical line. But you, chosen one, are not ordinary. You are not like everyone else. You carry within you the power to command, to create, to shape the world around you. And that power, the one you have been begging for, is already within you. It has been there all along, hidden in the very lines of your palm, waiting for you to unlock it. You're not just waiting for a breakthrough, you are the breakthrough. You are the key, and you are about to understand how to use it. Keep listening. Do not scroll away. The power that has been dormant inside you is about to awaken. Now take a deep breath. Allow this truth to settle deep within you. Feel the weight of it, and know this: you are ready. You are always meant to receive this revelation, and now that you have heard it, your journey to mastery begins. You are about to step into the fullness of your power. You are no longer begging for power, chosen one. You are claiming it. You are commanding it. Let me tell you something. Your destiny is calling, and it is not waiting for anyone. Do not turn away. Do not doubt. If your spirit has already confirmed this message, if you feel the stirring in your soul, I want you to comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this luck and energy into your life. Let the universe know that you are prepared to step into your destiny. Keep reading, because what comes next will change everything. Chosen one, bring your attention back to your hand. Let your focus settle on the center of your palm. Do you feel it? That specific kind of heat? That steady pressure, pressing from within like something ancient is stirring inside you. Maybe it feels like a subtle vibration, a hum you cannot explain. Or perhaps it is that sudden itch, a sensation that scratching cannot satisfy. You have felt this before, haven't you? For years, you might have dismissed it, assuming it was just nerves or the stress of life pushing on your soul. But listen to me, chosen one. That sensation is not just a physical reaction. It is high-voltage energy trying to push through a channel too small to contain it. You are carrying a frequency of power, a divine current, one that your current reality cannot handle. You feel the weight of it because it is heavy. It is the force of the heavens within you, a mark of divine purpose that you have yet to fully grasp. Now hear this, the Bible speaks of this very phenomenon. Isaiah 49:16 says, "Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands." You may have read these words before, and perhaps you thought them poetic, comforting. But I need you to understand the deeper meaning of this verse, the weight of its power. In English, the word is graven, which sounds gentle, but the original Hebrew tells a much different story. The word used in Hebrew is chak, and chak does not mean to draw, or to paint, to sketch, or to gently mark the surface. No, chak means to cut into stone, to hack, to engrave by removing flesh. It is a violent, irreversible mark made by force. It is a scar that is carved deep, a permanent imprint that cannot be undone. When God says He has graven you upon His hands, He is not speaking of a simple touch. He is speaking of something that has been cut into you, something etched into the very fibers of your being, something that will remain long after all else fades away. God has cut His identity into your very soul, chosen one. He has carved a channel into you, a sacred path that no one can erase. Just as He has you on His hands, He has placed His signature on yours. This is not a coincidence. This is the divine mark of your purpose, your identity, your calling. The eam you carry in your palm is no ordinary line. It is the scar of your divine selection. Do you feel it, the pressure in your palm? The heaviness. It is the memory of the cut. It is the ache of the engraving, the reminder of what was done to you, not by accident, but by divine design. You are not some random biological accident, chosen one. You are a marked vessel, a sacred creation with a specific purpose, a divine assignment written into the very lines of your hand. But there is more. The weight of this divine mark is not just physical. There is a deeper spiritual burden to carry. That M, that sacred engraving on your palm, comes with its own set of challenges. And one of the greatest challenges is the isolation that often accompanies it. You see, those who carry this mark often feel completely isolated, even when surrounded by their own family, their friends, their loved ones. It creates a frequency mismatch, an energetic dissonance between you and the world around you. You feel like an alien in your own home, like you are walking through life with an invisible glass wall between you and the people you care about. It is as though your soul exists in a different frequency, one that others cannot hear, one that others cannot understand. You may have sat at countless family gatherings surrounded by people who love you, yet felt completely distant from them. You smile when they joke, you nod when they speak, but deep inside your spirit checks the exit. You are there physically, but spiritually, you are a million miles away. You have asked yourself, chosen one, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why do I feel drained by the people I'm supposed to love? This alienation, this sense of being separated from others, is not a mental illness. It is not something wrong with you. It is the direct consequence of the divine seal placed upon you. You are marked by the hand of God. You are set apart, chosen for something greater. The frequency mismatch you feel is not a curse. It is a sign of your divine selection. The M on your palm acts like a high-frequency antenna, constantly picking up on spiritual signals, unspoken emotions, and hidden agendas that those around you cannot see. You are sensitive to energies, to vibrations, to the things others miss. It is as if you are walking through a world of noise, and yet you hear the still, small voices that others cannot perceive. You are constantly trying to plug a high-voltage appliance into a low-voltage outlet, and it causes your system to overheat. That is why you feel exhausted, drained, and often unable to connect with the world around you. You are not antisocial, chosen one. You are spiritually overstimulated. The mark on your palm keeps your spiritual receiver open, but you live in a world that is not calibrated to your frequency. The loneliness you feel is simply the empty space God created around you so that He could access you. Think about it this way: when a sculptor creates a masterpiece from a block of marble, he must carve away the excess stone. He must remove material to reveal the image within. And that is what God did with you, chosen one. When He engraved His signature on your palm, He carved you out of the crowd, out of the world, out of the ordinary. The isolation you feel is not a punishment. It is the process of divine separation. God needed space to access you. He needed room to work within you. If you fit in perfectly with the world, it would mean you were made of the world's material. But you do not fit in. You are made of something different. You are made for something higher. You are not like everyone else, and that is not a mistake. That is the divine design at work. But the cost of this divine marking is not just spiritual, it is also physical. You may notice that your body reacts to chaos in ways others do not understand. When you walk into a crowded supermarket or a loud stadium, does your chest tighten? Do your hands start to shake or sweat? Do you feel a sudden, irrational anger or an urgent need to flee? Doctors might call this anxiety or sensory processing disorder, but spiritually, it is a sign of your discernment, engine redlining. Your hand, your spirit, is detecting the conflicting frequencies in the atmosphere, sensing spiritual warfare before your eyes even perceive it. You are not weak, chosen one. You are not broken. You are a sensitive instrument in a world that has no understanding of your frequency. You are like a Geiger counter, clicking wildly, not because it is malfunctioning, but because it is working perfectly. You are attuned to the energies around you, and your sensitivity is the divine gift you carry. Your intolerance for drama, for small talk, for shallow interactions, these are not symptoms of a problem. They are the operating requirements of a prophet. You have endured this isolation for so long because you thought it was a punishment. You thought you were the black sheep. But now, chosen one, you are seeing the truth. The black sheep is actually the shepherd in training. Your separation, your isolation was necessary. It was the chisel carving you into the vessel God needed you to be. And yet now comes the dangerous part. Because after years of loneliness, after years of trying to understand this mark on your hand, you are vulnerable to a lie. The world has seen the M on your palm, and it has offered you a seductive explanation. They tell you that M stands for millionaire. They tell you that this sign is a guarantee of easy wealth, a magical promise of financial abundance. But be very careful, chosen one. What I am about to reveal will shatter everything you thought you knew about this mark. The M on your palm is not a lottery ticket. It is not a shortcut to wealth. It is a tool of divine authority, one that will guide you to something far greater than money. Keep listening. You're on the verge of a revelation that will change everything. Chosen one, I know you have felt it. That loneliness, that alienation, the sense that no matter how close you are to others, you are always miles away. And right now, we need to address that pain before we can activate the power that lies dormant within you. Let me say this clearly. The pain you feel is not a mental illness. It is not a sign of weakness. No, chosen one. This pain is a frequency mismatch. I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you can, and take yourself back. Visualize yourself sitting at a family gathering or a holiday dinner. The table is full of food. The room is alive with laughter, the sound of conversation filling the air. You look around and see people you love, your family, sitting right next to you. Yet though you are physically present in that moment, spiritually you are floating a million miles away. You smile when they joke. You nod when they speak. But deep inside, there is something within you that is checking the exit. Your spirit feels disconnected from the conversation, detached from the environment. It's as though an invisible glass wall has placed itself between you and everyone else. It's a wall no one else can see, but you can feel it pressing in on you, separating you from the very people you long to connect with. You want to be a part of it, but your soul is distant. You might have asked yourself 1,000 times in the dark, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why do I feel so drained by the people I'm supposed to love? Chosen one, hear me now. That feeling of alienation, of being disconnected, is not a defect. It is not a punishment. It is not a flaw in your spirit. It is a direct consequence of the divine seal placed upon you. That M on your palm, the mark that you carry, acts like a high-frequency antenna, constantly picking up on energies, spiritual signals, and unspoken emotions that others around you are completely blind to. You're sensing the hidden truths, the things unsaid, the energies that swirl beneath the surface of every conversation, every room, every environment you enter. While others walk through life unaware, you are hyper-aware. You can feel the tension in the air, the unspoken words, the secret agendas. You're trying to plug a high-voltage appliance into a low-voltage outlet, and your system is starting to overheat. That is why you feel exhausted when you're surrounded by people. That is why, even in a room full of love, you feel drained. It is because you are spiritually overstimulated, chosen one. You are picking up more than your system can process, more than others can even imagine. Do you see now? You are not antisocial. You are not broken. You are not strange or out of place. What is happening to you is spiritual. That mark on your hand, that divine engraving, keeps your receiver open. You are picking up on frequencies that others cannot even perceive. You are carrying a divine sensitivity, a heightened awareness of the unseen world around you. That is why you retreat to the bathroom or your car or some quiet place just to breathe. You are not running from the world. You are running to recalibrate your spirit, to catch your breath, to center yourself once more. Now, chosen one, let us return to the mystery of Isaiah. 49:16, the verse that speaks of being graven upon the palms of God's hands. The word used in the original Hebrew chak holds a deeper meaning than you might have realized. You see, chak doesn't simply mean to draw or to paint. It means to cut deeply, to engrave by removing flesh, to carve into stone. It's a violent, irreversible action. When God says He has graven you on His hands, He is telling you that He has carved His identity into you just as He has left His mark on your palm. But that cutting, chosen one, that act of divine separation, it's not always comfortable. It can feel like a weight on your spirit, a heaviness in your being. You're being shaped by this mark, separated from the crowd, carved out for a higher purpose. That is why you feel isolated. You're not simply alone, you are set apart. The mark on your hand creates a frequency mismatch because you were never meant to fit in with the world around you. You were made to stand apart, to be a channel for something greater. I know it feels painful at times. I know that at moments the loneliness seems unbearable. But understand this, chosen one, your isolation is not a curse. It is a sign of your divine purpose. It is a sign that you are carrying the frequency of heaven itself, a frequency that can only align with those who are also attuned to the divine call. The people around you are not bad people, but they are not tuned to the same spiritual frequency as you are. That is why even in their presence you feel distant. This is not your fault, chosen one. This is the divine design. The mark on your hand is not just a symbol of power, but also a sign of separation. It is a call to higher purpose, to greater understanding, to a life that cannot be lived according to the world's terms. It is a reminder that you have been carved out of the ordinary for something extraordinary. But here is the truth. This separation is not meant to isolate you forever. It is meant to prepare you for the moment when your divine purpose will be revealed. You are being shaped, refined, and prepared for the manifestation of that power within you. Your sensitivity, your ability to feel the unseen, will become the key that unlocks your destiny. But first, you must learn to embrace this divine separation. You must learn to accept the weight of the mark upon your hand, to recognize the power within you. Chosen one, do not resist this isolation. Do not fight the frequency mismatch. It is not a mistake. It is a part of the divine process. Your spiritual antenna, your heightened sensitivity is being prepared for something far greater than you can see right now. The world is not meant to understand you at this moment, but that will change. The time will come when the power within you will be unleashed, and when it is the world will understand. They will see the divine mark upon you and know that you are not like the rest. So take a deep breath, chosen one, and accept the divine separation. The loneliness you feel is not the end. It is the beginning of something far greater. It is the shaping of your soul, the preparation of your spirit for the greater work that is to come. Trust that God has not abandoned you in this moment of isolation. He has set you apart for a reason. Keep your focus on the mark, for it is the key to unlocking the power that lies dormant within you. And when the time is right, when your spiritual frequency aligns with the fullness of your purpose, the world will know who you truly are. Pay attention now. Chosen one, for the power you have been waiting for is already within you. The time of isolation is almost over. Stay tuned. The breakthrough is closer than you think. Chosen one, I know you feel it, that deep sense of loneliness, the quiet ache that runs through your soul, even when you're surrounded by others. You've wondered why you don't quite fit, why it seems like you are always on the outside looking in. You may have prayed, asked God why He hasn't just made you like everyone else. Why you seem to walk through life carrying a weight that no one else understands. But now, chosen one, we must go deeper beyond the surface of your feelings into the spiritual truth that explains exactly why you are so lonely. Do you remember the meaning of chak? It is the Hebrew word for engrave, to cut in. Think about this for a moment. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble. He has a vision of the masterpiece hidden within, but to reveal it, he must take his chisel and cut away the excess stone. He must remove what does not belong. He must carve and shape, and in doing so, he creates space, reveals the hidden form, and brings forth the beauty of what was always meant to be. That is exactly what God did when He carved His signature into your palm. Chosen one, when He marked you, He was not just leaving a symbol of His power. He was cutting you out from the world. He was separating you, making space around you, and crafting you for something extraordinary. The M that you carry, that divine mark, is not merely an identifier. It is a symbol of divine separation. And here's the truth, chosen one. The loneliness you feel, the isolation that has often left you wondering if something is wrong with you, it is not a curse. It is the space God created to access you. It is a space where only He can enter. When God carved His mark into you, He was not just inscribing His identity on your palm. He was carving you out of the crowd. He was removing the things that were never meant to be a part of you. The chips of stone that fly away, the people who have drifted from your life, the groups that no longer fit. These are the things that God had to remove so that He could form you into the vessel He designed you to be. You have felt this deep isolation, as if you are standing alone in the midst of a bustling world, watching others live in ways you can hardly understand. But what you've mistaken as a curse is actually the very divine design for your purpose. If you fit perfectly with the world, chosen one, it would mean you were made from the same material as the world, and that was never the plan. You are not made for the world. You are cut out for a specific purpose, a divine mission that requires you to be apart, to be different. God has separated you not to make you suffer, but to make you whole. He separated you so that He could speak to you clearly above the noise that surrounds the rest of the world. He needs someone who can hear His voice above the distractions, above the chaos. And that is why you feel what others cannot. Your divine mark, the M on your palm, acts as a spiritual conductor of energy. You feel things in the world that others cannot even begin to sense. Where others might simply walk through a crowd, you are acutely aware of every emotional frequency, every energy, every shift in the atmosphere. You cannot escape it, nor can you silence it. You walk through life picking up signals that others are completely oblivious to. It's as though you're holding a tuning fork in the midst of a world that does not know how to listen. And because you are so sensitive to the spiritual energy around you, it can be overwhelming. The world with its noise, chaos, and confusion can feel like it is pressing in on you, draining you, overstimulating your spirit. You are a high-voltage instrument in a low-voltage world. And here lies the truth, while others walk through life unaware you cannot unfeel. You cannot turn off the frequencies you pick up. That is why you have moments when the world feels too loud, too overwhelming. You might retreat into silence, into solitude, seeking a break from the noise. But this is not a flaw. It is the signature of your calling. You have been set apart to carry something greater than what the world has to offer. Think of it this way. You're not meant to blend in. You're not meant to be comfortable in every situation, to fit perfectly into every environment. The M on your palm, that divine engraving, demands a different kind of life. It demands separation, and through that separation, it brings clarity and focus. You may feel isolated now, but know that the purpose of this isolation is to protect your calling. It is to help you focus on the divine signal that is reaching out to you so that you may one day turn it into something powerful, something that will change the world. Understand this, chosen one. You were never meant to be normal. Your separation, your sensitivity, and your loneliness are all part of the divine process. The world may never understand it, but that is the very reason you have been set apart. God needs you to be different, to hear His voice above all others, to feel what others cannot. You are being shaped for a purpose that will be revealed in its fullness when the time is right. So do not mourn your isolation. Do not lament the distance you feel from others. Embrace it. Trust it. Know that it is all part of your divine preparation. Your life is not an accident, and neither is the M that you carry. It is your mark of distinction, your key to unlocking the power within you, the power that the world so desperately needs but has yet to recognize. Pay attention now, chosen one, because you are being prepared for something beyond what you can see in this moment. The isolation is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning. Let it refine you, let it shape you, and most of all, let it connect you to the divine purpose that is written in the very fabric of your being. The M is not just a symbol, it is a call to action, a call to step forward into the destiny that is waiting for you. You are being prepared for greatness, and your time is coming. Trust the process. Chosen one, have you ever walked into a room so full of energy, a space so thick with noise and emotion that your body reacts before your mind can even catch up? The crowded supermarket, the loud stadium, the bustling street corner, in these places, you've felt it, haven't you? Your chest tightens, your breath shortens, and sometimes your hands tremble, sweat building where there should be none. Your body responds with urgency, a desperate cry to leave. Perhaps you've even felt anger, irrational and uncontrollable, or an overwhelming need to flee the scene. Doctors might call it anxiety. They might label it sensory processing disorder, a term that tries to box in a phenomenon that cannot be contained. But chosen one, I am here to tell you that what you are experiencing is not a sickness. It is not a flaw or weakness in your nature. It is a spiritual reality. Your sensitivity, this discomfort, is the red lining of your discernment engine. Your spirit, with its finely tuned sensitivity, is picking up frequencies that others cannot even begin to perceive. You are sensing the spiritual war that rages in the unseen before your eyes, even see the battle manifest. Have you ever wondered why you feel so different, so disconnected from those around you? The world tells you to be strong, to numb yourself to these sensations. But what if I told you that this sensitivity is your greatest gift? The world around you is blunt thick with its noise and distractions. And yet you, chosen one, are a fine-tuned instrument, a Geiger counter in a radioactive zone. When others are oblivious, you feel the energy, you feel the vibrations. The Geiger counter clicks wildly, not because it is broken, but because it is working perfectly. This sensitivity, this heightened awareness of the unseen is not a malfunction, it is the divine alignment of your being. Do not turn your head away now. Chosen one, because this truth is vital to understanding your purpose. Your intolerance for drama, your inability to engage in small talk, your need for long stretches of silence, these are not symptoms of sickness. These are the operating requirements of a prophet. The prophets of old were not immune to the emotional chaos of the world. They felt the noise, the pull of 1,000 conflicting energies, yet they learned to tune in to the one frequency that mattered, the voice of the divine. That same frequency, chosen one, pulses within you now. You have suffered in isolation for so long, haven't you? You've felt like the black sheep, the one who never fit, the one who couldn't quite find their place. Maybe you've even thought that your separation was a punishment. That perhaps there was something wrong with you because you couldn't connect with others the way they seemed to connect with each other. But chosen one, I need you to hear this clearly. The black sheep is not a lost cause. The black sheep is the shepherd in training. Your separation was never meant to hurt you. It was meant to prepare you. The loneliness you've felt has been the chisel shaping you, preparing you to bear the weight of your divine purpose. Now, chosen one, comes the dangerous part. The part where your heart, starved for connection, begins to seek answers in places that may not be truthful. You have been desperate to find meaning, desperate to understand the mark on your hand, the energy you feel in your spirit. And in your desperation, you are vulnerable to a lie. The world, with its shallow promises and distractions, will try to tell you that this mark, this sensitivity, is a curse. The world will tell you that you are too much, that you feel too deeply, that you are too different. But I am here to tell you that the lie is not the truth. You have been set apart for a reason, chosen one. Your sensitivity, your ability to feel deeply and powerfully, is not a curse, but a blessing. The world does not understand this, but that is because they are still asleep. They do not know that you are walking with one foot in the natural world and the other in the spiritual realm. They do not understand that you are a bridge, a conduit, a vessel carrying the frequencies of heaven into the chaos of this earth. You feel the weight of this responsibility, don't you? You feel the pressure of being different, of not fitting in. But hear this now. Your sensitivity is a weapon. It is the key to unlocking the power you carry. The world may not understand it, but you are not here to fit into their mold. You are here to break the mold. You are here to awaken to your true purpose, to align with the divine frequency that pulses in your spirit. You are not weak, chosen one. You are strong. You are more than capable. This discomfort you feel is the refining fire that will forge you into the leader you were always meant to be. Do not scroll away. Do not turn your head away. Pay attention, because this is where everything changes. The truth that you seek is right here, right now, in your sensitivity. It is in your ability to feel what others cannot. It is in the way your spirit reacts to the world around you. You have been prepared for this moment. You have been set apart not to suffer, but to awaken. You are a warrior in a battle that has already been won. And now it is time to step into your power. This sensitivity you feel is not a burden, it is your greatest strength. Do not shy away from it. Do not fear it. Embrace it. Trust it. For in this very sensitivity lies your divine purpose, your true calling. You are here to guide, to lead, and to awaken the others who are still asleep. You are the light in the darkness, the one who can see beyond the veil. And it is time, chosen one, to rise. Take a moment now. Acknowledge the power that pulses within you, the sensitivity that is your divine gift. You are not like the others. You were never meant to be. But now you understand why. This is not a curse. This is your purpose. This is the beginning of your awakening. Stay with me, chosen one, because we are just getting started. Keep reading until the end, for what you discover here will shift everything. Your journey, your true purpose, is waiting for you to embrace it. You have felt the weight of this, now let it guide you to the destiny you were always meant to fulfill. Chosen one, listen closely, for this is the moment of revelation. The world has seen the M on your palm, and it has offered you an explanation. It has whispered sweet promises in your ear, painting a seductive picture of what this mark represents. The world tells you that the M is a sign of wealth, a guarantee that abundance will flow to you effortlessly. They say it is the symbol of the millionaire, the ticket to financial freedom, the lottery prize stamped upon your skin. Is that truth, or is it the most dangerous trap the enemy has set to keep you from discovering the true power that you hold within you? I need you to be cautious, chosen one. The allure of this lie is powerful. It tempts you to settle for a shallow understanding of the M1 that will keep you focused on the wrong things, distracted from the deeper truth that you are destined to discover. This lie has ensnared many before you, and it would love nothing more than to see you fall into its trap. But I am here to shatter that illusion, to free you from the lies that bind you. Let us speak honestly, face to face, heart to heart. You have searched for the meaning of this mark, haven't you? You've heard the rumors, the promises, the claims from palm readers and mystics who speak of the M as if it were a simple sign of wealth. Across cultures, the M has been associated with fortune and material abundance. There is a part of your soul that longs to believe this truth, to hold on to the hope that it is a promise that money will soon rain down upon you without effort, without struggle. But let me ask you, chosen one, why do you desire this so much? What is it about this promise that resonates so deeply in your spirit? Is it not because you are tired of the struggle, tired of the scarcity, tired of the endless effort that yields little reward? You are weary of calculating every penny, every dollar, every cost, wondering how you will make it through the week, counting the coins in your pocket before you even make it to the checkout line. You are exhausted by the injustice of watching others who may not walk in your integrity, enjoying double the prosperity you seem to struggle for. When you look at the M on your palm. Chosen one, I know what you hope it means. You want it to be a promise, a guarantee that wealth will come to you without resistance, that a massive transfer of money will fall into your lap, wiping away your debts and lifting you out of the shadows of poverty. But hear me now. I'm not here to tell you that God desires for you to live in poverty. That, my dear one, is a lie that comes straight from the pit. God does not want you to be broke. He does not want you to live in lack or want. But what the world has sold you about the M, the promise of material abundance without effort, is a distortion of the truth. It is a lie that keeps you chained to a shallow understanding of wealth, trapping you in a cycle of false hope that will never fulfill you. The M on your palm. Chosen one is not just about wealth. It is not about an easy financial transfer that will come to you effortlessly. The M represents something far deeper, something far more powerful than the fleeting comforts of money. What you hold in your hand is not a banknote. It is an engine, a divine power to create, to build, and to manifest. You were never meant to be a passive recipient of wealth. You were meant to be an active creator, a builder of empires. The true meaning of the M is not a static symbol of material prosperity. It is the activation of a force within you, a force that can transform your reality. Understand this now, chosen one. The M is not a promise of an effortless windfall. It is a blueprint, a divine schematic for your ability to create. The power is not in receiving without effort. It is in the ability to generate, to direct, to move. The M is the power to command resources, to manifest what you need, not by waiting passively for it to fall into your lap, but by tapping into the divine flow that already exists within you. What the world calls wealth is but a reflection of this deeper flow. Money in this sense is merely the physical manifestation of a spiritual reality. It is not the source, it is the result. The M does not promise you easy money. It promises you the power to generate it, to direct it, to channel it into your life and the lives of those around you. This is a far greater gift than mere wealth. This is the ability to create abundance in every area of your life, not just in material possessions, but in relationships, in peace, in purpose, and in spiritual fulfillment. So do not be fooled by the world's promises. The M is not the symbol of passive wealth. It is the symbol of active creation. The enemy would have you believe that wealth comes to those who wait, who ask for it, who beg for it. But this is not the truth of the M. The M is a call to action, a call to harness the power within you and direct it toward your highest purpose. I know, chosen one, that this truth shakes you. It challenges everything you thought you knew. It reveals the lie that has been perpetuated in your heart, the lie that you must wait for someone else, something else to deliver you. You are not powerless. You are not a beggar. You are a creator, a manifester of divine wealth, a conduit for the flow of resources that are meant to move through you. Do not scroll away. Do not look away. Stay with me, for the truth is now unfolding before you. The power you seek is already within you. It is in the M on your palm, and it is time for you to awaken to it. You do not need to wait for wealth to come. You need to activate your divine power to generate it. The key is already yours. The M is not a lottery ticket. It is the blueprint for your divine creation. It is time to embrace the truth of who you are and to step into the flow that has always been meant for you. Keep reading, chosen one. The journey to activate this power is just beginning. You are not meant to sit back and wait for wealth to fall from the sky. You are meant to channel the flow of abundance into your life and beyond, to manifest a reality that reflects the divine power within you. You are the architect of your own prosperity. Now it is time to build. Chosen one, hear me now, for this is a moment of reckoning. There is a connection indeed between the M on your palm and abundance. But the enemy has twisted the truth, wrapping it in a deceptive half-truth that has led many of the chosen ones into ruin. The M is not just a symbol of money. It is much deeper than that. To believe that the M simply stands for financial gain is to fall into a spiritual trap, one that will keep you circling in confusion, waiting for something that will never come. The truth is more profound, more empowering than the shallow promise of easy wealth. And if you take the M for what it is not, if you cling to the lie that it's a guarantee for money falling into your lap, then you will make the same mistake many others have made. You will waste your divine potential misled by the promises of an instant and effortless breakthrough. Let me tell you a story, chosen one of a man named Michael. Michael was one of the clearest examples of someone who misunderstood the M. He wore his marking proudly convinced that it was the sign of his imminent wealth. This M on his palm was undeniable, deep, unbroken, clear. It was a mark of divine destiny, but Michael, like so many, saw it through the lens of worldly understanding. He found the millionaire interpretation online. And from that moment on, he became obsessed with the idea that this mark meant wealth would flow effortlessly to him. He believed with all his heart that his breakthrough was coming. Not in a few months or years. No, he expected it right now. So he stopped pushing, he stopped working, he stopped strategizing. He felt that God had marked him, that his wealth was predestined, and therefore he had no need to do anything more. The days of struggle, the days of working tirelessly for his money were over. He believed the manifestation of his wealth was imminent. It was coming, and there was no need for effort on his part. So Michael sat in his living room surrounded by piles of bills, yet he praised God as though the check was already in the mail. He waited. He waited for the floodgates of wealth to open. And as he waited, he ignored every practical opportunity that came his way. He ignored calls for action, thinking they were beneath the greatness he was destined for. He started to tell his friends, "God marked me for wealth. I'm just waiting for the manifestation. Can you see the danger in this chosen one? Michael's mistake was that he believed the M was a passive promise, a divine lottery ticket. He thought all he needed to do was wait that abundance would come, without his participation, without his active engagement. And in his waiting, he missed the point entirely. You see, Michael's life became a paradox. The M was not a sign of passive wealth, but of active creation. It was not meant to tell him to sit back and wait for divine provision to fall from the sky. The M was a mark of divine power, an invitation to step into his role as a creator of abundance, of opportunity, of legacy. But Michael, instead of activating that power, allowed himself to be misled. He was waiting for a harvest without sowing the seeds. He was praying for fruit without planting the tree. He thought the M on his palm was a passive sign of wealth, not realizing that it was a divine mandate for him to work, to move, to create. Months passed, and the wealth he expected never arrived. His bills piled up, his debts grew larger. And then came the moment when Michael, desperate and heartbroken, sat across from me. He was signing bankruptcy papers, not deeds to a mansion. His dreams had crumbled. With tears in his eyes, he looked at me and asked, "Did God lie to me? Why is this mark on my hand if I'm losing everything?" I sat with him, choosing my words carefully. "Michael," I said, "the M is not the promise of wealth falling into your lap. It is the ignition switch for your divine ability to create, to generate. The M on your hand is not a promise of passive wealth. It is a blueprint for action. You were never meant to wait for prosperity. You were meant to create it." The M represents not just a promise of abundance, but the power to direct it. The energy it unlocks in you is not a passive force. It is an active one. It is meant to fuel your actions, to drive you forward, to propel you toward the creation of your own prosperity. You see, Michael failed because he misunderstood the nature of the M. He thought it was a symbol of wealth, of material abundance, when in fact it was a sign of divine capacity, the ability to generate wealth, to solve problems, to create value. The M is not about waiting for something to happen. It is about making something happen. It is the mark of a creator, not a passive receiver. Chosen one, hear me now. Do not fall into the same trap that Michael did. The M is not a sign of wealth for the waiting. It is a divine activation for the willing. You are not meant to sit idle, hoping for abundance to appear. You are meant to step into your divine power, to activate the flow that resides within you, to create from the abundance of spirit, to channel that energy into every area of your life. The M on your palm is not a passive promise. It is a challenge to you to move, to act, to step into your full potential. It is the mark of divine creation, a symbol that you have the power to manifest and create your destiny. The truth behind the M is far greater than mere material wealth. It is the power to direct your life. It is the key to unlocking the flow of abundance in every area, not just financial, but spiritual, relational, and personal. But you must be willing to activate it. You must be willing to work, to create, to build. This is the revelation that will change everything for you, chosen one. The M is not about waiting for wealth to fall into your lap. It is about activating the power to create it and much more. Do not waste this moment. Do not let this revelation pass you by. The M on your hand is not just a mark of abundance. It is a mark of your divine capacity to create it. Step into your power. Step into your calling. The wealth you seek is not coming to you from the outside, it is rising up from within you. Chosen one, sit with me for a moment, for this story is not just Michael's story. It is a warning, a revelation that stretches beyond time and circumstance, a message meant for you in this very hour. 2 years after the promises, the waiting, and the misunderstandings, I found myself sitting across from Michael again. We were in a small, dimly lit room, and the weight of the air felt heavy, like the silence between two fates about to collide. There, he sat, his eyes swollen, his spirit broken. His hand gripped a pen hovering over a cold metal table. But what he was about to sign was not a deed to a mansion as he had dreamed. No, what he was signing were bankruptcy papers, a contract with defeat, a surrender of hope. He looked down at his hand, the same hand that once felt marked by destiny, and the same hand that now trembled with doubt. Then, with tears welling up in his eyes, he looked at me, searching for an answer. His voice cracked as he asked, "Did God lie to me? Why is this mark here if I'm losing everything?" And in that moment, Chosen One, my heart ached for him. Because Michael's failure wasn't a failure of destiny. It was a failure to understand the nature of the mark on his hand. You see, he misunderstood the mechanics of the M. He thought the M was the fruit, the promise of an easy harvest, the proof of a divine lottery that would guarantee wealth without effort. But the truth is, Michael's misunderstanding cost him everything. The M was never meant to be the fruit. The M was the root, the foundation, the seed. He was waiting for the apple to fall from the tree while God was waiting for him to plant the seed. You cannot have the fruit without the root. You cannot reap the harvest without first planting the ground, tilling the soil, and tending to the work of creation. Michael's failure came not from the absence of the mark, but from his misunderstanding of its true purpose. This brings us to the most critical correction you will ever hear regarding your life, your purpose, and your finances. This is a biblical revelation, a divine correction that will shift everything. It is found in Deuteronomy 8:18. Perhaps you have heard it before, quoted in church or passed around in prayer circles. But now, Chosen One, I need you to hear it with new ears, with a heart prepared to receive the truth that will change everything. The verse says, "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is He that giveth thee power to get wealth." I need you to stop right there and read that again, not with your eyes, but with your spirit. Let it penetrate your understanding. Notice what it does not say. It does not say, He gives you wealth. It says, He gives you the power to get wealth. This distinction is monumental. This is where so many like Michael have gone astray. You see, God does not give you the finished product. He gives you the capacity to create it. He does not promise a check in the mail. He promises the power to open the doors, to unlock the resources, to direct the flow of abundance into your life. He gives you the power to get wealth. But that power is not passive. It is active. It is a force that requires your participation. The M on your hand is not the manifestation of a blessing that will suddenly drop into your lap. The M is the mark of the power to create that blessing. The M is not about waiting for wealth to appear. It is about stepping into your divine authority and activating the flow of resources. The M is the mark of your ability to create, to generate, to build. Michael failed because he waited for the fruit to grow without planting the seed. He misunderstood that the mark on his hand was not the end, it was the beginning. The M was not a sign that everything would be handed to him. It was a sign that he had the power to manifest everything he needed. The power to get wealth, to build his dreams, to create the life he desired, was already within him. But he chose to wait instead of activate. Now, Chosen One, I ask you, have you been waiting for the wealth to fall into your lap? Have you been praying for God to provide, yet waiting passively, hoping for miracles without taking action? If so, it's time for you to shift your perspective. It's time to understand that the M is not just a symbol of promise. It is a tool of power. The M is the root, not the fruit. It is the power to get wealth, to create abundance, to command your destiny. Do not misunderstand the mark on your hand, Chosen One. It is not a sign of passive waiting. It is a call to action. The power to create, to build, to manifest your abundance is already within you. It is time for you to activate it, to step into your divine calling, and to start planting the seeds of your future today. The harvest will not come without work, but it is already within your reach. The M is your invitation to create it. Chosen One, listen closely now for what I am about to reveal. will change your understanding of your very existence. This moment is not random. It is not an accident that you are hearing these words. Something is stirring within you, and it is no coincidence. I speak to you because you have been marked. You carry a power within you, and the time has come for you to awaken it. The power spoken of in Deuteronomy 8:18 is not a passive gift. No, it is not the gift of wealth itself, but the power to generate it. That is the crucial revelation. God does not give you wealth, chosen one. He gives you the capacity to create it. It is in this divine capacity, this strength to produce, that your true potential lies. Do not look at your hand through the lens of human limitation. The M you carry is not a bank account number or a symbol of instant wealth. It is the schematic for something far greater. It is the blueprint for an engine, a divine force, a mechanism of creation itself. The M on your palm is the ignition switch to a divine engine that will generate wealth solutions and resources, but only if you understand its true purpose. Let me share with you the story of Michael, a man who thought the M on his palm was a guarantee of easy money, a ticket to effortless success. Michael thought he had been marked for wealth, for financial ease, but he never understood the deeper truth of that mark. He waited for his life to be handed to him without lifting a finger. He believed the M meant that wealth would fall into his lap, that he would be a passive recipient. But 2 years later, he sat before me in a small, dimly lit room signing bankruptcy papers. His dreams were shattered and his hope had faded. Michael had the engine, but he never turned it on. He waited for the car to drive itself. He waited for wealth to arrive, but he never activated the power to create it. Now, chosen one, I ask you to reflect on this. Have you been waiting for wealth to appear, or have you been activating the power within you? The M on your hand does not signify money. It does not guarantee that wealth will come effortlessly. The M is the power to create that wealth, to direct the flow, to generate value. But this requires activation, and it requires action. The power spoken of in Deuteronomy 8:18 is not a simple promise of abundance. It is the power to get wealth, to generate it, to build it from nothing. This power is not passive, it is active. It is not something God simply gives you. It is something God has placed within you, the ability to create, to manifest, to generate. The M on your hand is not a symbol of passive wealth. It is a blueprint for an engine of divine creativity. When you understand this, when you recognize the power within you, you will stop waiting for wealth to appear and start activating the flow of abundance in your life. You must shift your perspective. Chosen one, you have not been marked for the passive accumulation of wealth. You have been marked to generate it, to direct it, to create. Just like a river, the flow of abundance must be directed. The M is not about hoarding, about building a dam to store the water. It is about letting the water flow, about allowing resources to pass through you, to move and transform the world around you. That is why you have been struggling. You have been trying to store the water, to control it, to contain it. But the flow was never meant to be contained. It was meant to move, to change the landscape, to irrigate the barren lands and make them fertile again. You're not broke, chosen one. You're blocked. You're a high-pressure fire hose that has been kinked by your own misunderstanding of your design. You have been praying for a pool of wealth to sit in, but God did not design you to be a pool. He designed you to be the piping system to irrigate the desert, to send the flow of abundance where it is needed most. But this power, this divine mechanism, must be activated. And now, chosen one, you must confront the uncomfortable truth that you have kept this power dormant. Deep down, you are terrified of your own hands. You have seen the wreckage of your past, the relationships that crumbled, the jobs that vanished, the dreams that were destroyed. There is a voice in the back of your head that whispers, "Don't touch it, you'll ruin it." But I am here to tell you, chosen one, that is not a curse. That is uncontrolled power. You are a portal, and when a portal doesn't know how to open and close, it floods the house. You have felt that energy spike before, haven't you? That heat rising in your chest, that vibration in your palms before a major event, before an argument, before a sudden loss. That was the mem energy building up, looking for a release. And because you didn't know how to direct it, it exploded. It destroyed the very thing you wanted to protect. So you stopped using it, you put your hands in your pockets, you chose to be powerless rather than destructive. But today, chosen one, the season of hiding is over. God did not give you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. A sound mind means a controlled flow. The question is no longer, when will I get the money? The question is, how do I open the gate without breaking the hinges? You are a portal, but a portal that remains shut is just a wall. You need to learn how to direct the flow. You need a mechanism to move the energy, to move the abundance. Now let us turn to an ancient protocol that will activate this power within you. It is the Jericho Touch, a spiritual technology that will allow you to direct the flow of resources, to bring down walls, to collapse obstacles. This is not a charm or a lucky talisman. This is a protocol used by Joshua to bring down the walls of Jericho without lifting a sword. But before we can activate it, you must understand what happened at Jericho. You have been taught that the walls fell because the people shouted, but that is only the surface. The real truth lies in the silence before the shout. For 6 days, the people marched around Jericho in total silence. Can you imagine the tension, the weight of silence building up with every step, every movement? Why silence? Because silence builds pressure. Silence allows the energy, the mem, to rise. Every step they took was charging the atmosphere. And when the time came, when the pressure reached its peak, the shout released the energy, and the walls of Jericho fell. You're about to learn how to use your hand in the same way. Your hand marked with the M is the point of contact. You have been shouting too early, chosen one. You have been begging for breakthrough, for the walls to fall without first charging the atmosphere. It is time to stop asking for the walls to fall. It is time to command them to collapse. You have the power. You have the mechanism. It's time to activate it.